Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, gonna be another amazing match between Clem and Reynor from Summer DreamHack. It's gonna be on Romanticide. Top left, we have a Luteran player. It is Clem, with the little polar bear logo with his tongue sticking out. And in the bottom right, we have Reynor, the Red Zerg player. These two players are the same age, 18 years old, and they've been playing a lot against each other the last few years. They know each other very well, and they are very excellent, excellent players. And they are at the top of their class today. So I'm not entirely sure who's going to win this. But we can search for clues in the early game, in the mid game, and see who is on top and who needs to come back. 16, 18, 17 here from Reynor. 1 rack to expand based on the gas timing here from Clem. And, you know, just searching for proxies is Terry the Overlord and the other Overlord as well. But no proxies today, man. No proxies from Clem. Ka-chow. Ka-chow. Hit that like button if you're excited for a ZVT featuring these two players. I know that you are because you clicked on this link, right? Alright, man. So let's see if it's going to be a Reaper. We've got our Reaper name ready. And it is. It's going to be a Reaper. Hooray! And then down here, we've got a guy just, you know, going to get some minerals. Hold him in his fist there. And then also build a command center at the same time. You ever thought about how an SCV can build an entire building with one hand, basically? Like, that mineral hand can't be good for anything, right? So, it's just the drill. You just use the drill if you're going to build a command center. That's all you got to do. So this guy feels like, oh, okay, just going to saturate the natural base a little bit. SCV comes down to see if that was a pool first, and it wasn't, so good job by you, Clem, checking that kind of stuff. And Reaper's on the way. Reaper moving out. His name is BM. There was an old used car, or an old used up StarCraft 2 Terran main named Rocket, who BM'd in his replay to Falcon Paladin. The chat really hated it. He was sentenced to live out his life as a Reaper. It's not if you die, it's when you die. He said, "Thank God in heaven, here I come," and he missed his grandma and pet dog waiting for him on the other side. So he threw out grenades and went out laughing with his double pistols. His 5 kids collected the insurance money, and everyone was happy. Okay, Rocket. An interesting soul, that's for sure. So he made himself laugh with that one. Third base coming in here from Reynor. You'd say it's kind of a weird third base location, but nah. On this map, it's really, really important for Zerg players to get that creep spread moving out across as fast as they can. More creep, the better to get out here, especially against Protoss players. But against Terran, creep is excellent too. Saving the creep tumor alive, you know, trying to kill some stuff. End up getting 1 Zergling and 1 Zergling only. Here's our guy. And his combat drugs have healed him up, so it's time to maybe go into the main base and see what's going on. Speed's not done for the Lings, so you can get a pretty good scout of what's going on in here. No layer timing. Doesn't see a Roachborn. Sees that, oh, workers on gas. That's a great scout there. Recognizing this is not going to be any kind of a Roach Ravager timing, because if there's no gas, then it really means that Reynor just wants a ton of workers. Mass Ling just isn't very good versus Terran, not unless you have some Banelings to support, or, you know, some Roaches or something beefy. Zerglings just die too easy to things like walls and Hellions and stuff. So a Mass Ling attack is not going to do very well. So obviously it's just going to be drones. We're making 10 Lings. I assume to deal with incoming Hellions and whatnot, because those are definitely on the way. And man, if these Lings go out, I'm actually going to be a little bit surprised. Hold on! Hold on! Reynor's heading a sneaky way? Oh yeah. So he's sending 1 Ling out in front to make sure that he doesn't get scouted during this little attempt to get into that natural base. Hunting for it here is Clem. He knows that Reynor likes to do this stuff. He knows. Third base well protected by 3 queens. We 3 queens of Reynor are. And oh my gosh, he's doing it. I mean, this isn't going to win the game or anything. See, as you can see here, walls are pretty good. Oh, never mind. The wall never got lifted, and the Marines are trying to kite as well as they can, and they're all going to die, however. Back into it, under the... Don't die under the starport. Okay. Man. All right. So almost every Marine died there. 8 Marines went out for 18 Zerglings. The trade was okay. I mean, keeping that Marine count low is pretty fantastic. It really slows down any ability to push here from Clem, and kind of makes him a little bit worried about further counterattacks. But Reynor, nah, he's just been droning. Right, he's at 55 workers right now. It's probably about time to get his lair. Yeah, getting his second and third gases. Lair timing has got to be pretty soon. Although, he's making queens on all of his hatcheries right now, so it's going to be a minute maybe. Creep tumor positioning there is so good. Oh, good snipe on that one, though. Protecting this one and protecting this one as well as he can with the queens is going to be very important. Where is our lair timing? We're at, we're at 57 workers. Man, he's greedy. Okay, so there it is. There's the lair timing, but he knows that Clem is worried. He knows that Clem lost a ton of his Marine force. He's not going to move out with a smaller Marine force at all. And I almost feel like, I don't know, big Ling Bane attack coming to third base would be pretty awesome. But Baneling Nest is on the way, and not going to be here for some time, so that's not going to happen. Reynor getting a fourth base up this right side, because, Clem just took a third base. Not a naked third, he's got some defense here. Obviously, he's got a great wall of supply depots being built across the top of this ramp. Creep spread pushing to the left, pushing to the north, and pushing to the south a little bit here, too. There's only one tumor here. It's really, Zerg players, it really is amazing how much faster the creep spreads when you have at least 2 tumors in one location. The more tumors in a spot, the faster the creep spreads. It's really actually very, very nice. Ooh, we got Widow Mines up. Well, that Widow Mine's dead. And yeah, kind of using these little vision blockers a little bit here, but there's the scan, and the vision is available. It kind of flattens the flowers. You see that? That's crazy. And then boop, they're back. Then the ferns or whatever are back. Kind of nice. I've never noticed that actual effect before on this map. It's nice to be able to cast a whole bunch. So you can see things you didn't see the first time around, So that tumor dies, and that Overlord dies. And what are these? All these Overlords are over here. They don't have speed at all. That's a big pickup. That's a supply block on Reynor. That's going to slow him down. That makes up for the fact that Clem ended up losing a bunch of his Marines to start the game. Trying to kill that Spore before it finishes, and they get it. They get a cancel. Millionlings show up. They do have +1 armor, which is really important against Terran. It makes it take a little bit longer for Marines to kill Zerglings. And since that's what a lot of your army is going to be in this situation if you're playing Reynor style, having that armor on the Lings is incredibly important against these Marines. Makes them a lot chunkier, So Queens, Queens trying to fight against straight Marines is not something they, want to do. But, if they've got transfuses and everything is generally okay, and if there aren't enough Marines to really focus these guys down big time, then obviously they have to back on out. So, double medevac cruising out here from Clem. Great wall of supply depots along this right side. Got some Hellbats there to defend if any Lings show up. And it's just going to be a lot of Widow Mines here. I like it, man. I'm not going to say no to a ton of Widow Mines. Here from these dudes. Creep spread, pushing, continuing to try and push, even though it's being killed almost on every front here. Yeah, trying to jump in. Just Queens, transfuses, Zergling, Widow Mine hit. That's what we like to see, is a big Widow Mine hit here. And, Widow Mine gets behind the mineral line and does get a big shot. Did it get it shut off? Man, the control here by Reynor is insane. So the Widow Mines are all gone, but the Marines are here and they're pretty scary. They've got the stim, they've got the combat shield. Transfuses can only do so much. And then continuing to try to land somewhere here is Clem, but Reynor's attention on these double medevacs to the south is incredibly good as well. Reynor, one of those players, at Clem's level who can handle attacking on 2 fronts or defending on multiple fronts or whatnot. Banelings do get a hit there, but overall nothing too big. Just about 3 drones go down and a handful of Zerglings. Trying to keep that creep out of there. God, splitting. Yeah, the Widow Mines. The Widow Mines do keep getting picked out. I'm not sure they're getting the massive damage and the big time hits they want to be getting. Reynor's 5th base popping now just below the main base, going for 2-2 for Lings and Banelings here, and probably Ultralisks are going to be on the play based on this tech path we're seeing. Just Marine Marauder, Widow Mine, Hellbat. Here from Clem. He's trying to get some pressure in before Reynor starts getting those Ultras out, because that is when this composition has a pretty rough time. Honestly, like, this particular comp is really good against Lings and Banes, not as good against Ultralisks. But thankfully for Clem, it takes a while for Ultra Tech to come out. That said, we're going for a Lurker Den. So instead of Ultras, he seems to be going for Lurkers in this situation, which Reynor's very good with. I'm not going to tell him he can't do that. I've seen more success from Zerg players who use Ultras in conjunction with fungal growth from infestors than I've seen from Lurkers. At least recently, right? I mean, a lot of the ZVTs that I've cast recently where there's Lurkers just seem like they can't quite get enough damage. Terrans have kind of figured out how to deal with them, and this is a very strong push from Clem. That said, Banelings rolling in, a lot of Banelings splashing on Widow Mines, not hitting these Marines and Marauders, which is exactly what Clem wants. He's got a 4th planetary down here in this low ground as expected, and Reynor just kind of babysitting this drop up north a little bit. Oh, unloading into an absolute death storm, though. Okay, wasn't quite paying attention to that drop and paid the price for that inattention and attentiveness. Inattention, whatever the heck that word is. 4 Lurkers in production. Reynor's just holding on tight right now. This drop coming into where there are spores. Medevac, get out of there. What am I drop? Great pull. Oh, 9 drones. Oh, 10 drones going down there. Not too shabby indeed. Pushing in Clem. He's doing what you gotta do. It is a big dance. Get on the creep as deep as you dare. Try to kill what you can, and when the army responds to you, it's pretty much time to back on out, right? 15, 16, 17 drones have gone down. What on earth? I don't know what those extra drones got. Where those drones were getting killed. I don't know what that was. Alright, so Reynor cruising up this left side. There's a planetary here, but guess what? We're making enough Banelings to do a Baneling bomb on that planetary in just a minute. We'll see if that actually connects or not. But man, look at Clem. Continuing to push, continuing to get hits, but now the Lurkers are here. Do they have... I got Seismic Spines already. Adapt the Talons coming in next. And yeah, this is enough. So you're going to try to save it, but that's why we brought the Banelings to kill your SCVs. Oh! Are there enough Lings left to kill this? Yes, there are enough Lings to kill that planetary. Especially considering they've got 2-2 upgrades. Reynor just holding Clem at bay here and finding enough resources. That Marauder's gonna escape. To go over and Baneling bust an entire planetary there. So I think Reynor's doing fine. That said, look at Clem. Taking this high ground. He's already got a new 4th base up and rolling. Rolling and ready to go, but 14 SCVs died. Ugh. Income here is definitely favoring Reynor, at least for the time being. And an off-creep engagement from Lings and Banelings is not what Reynor wants. He retreats from that position. Tries to spread more and more creep here. Trying to not just blunder blindly into Widow Mines as much as he can, but sometimes there's only so much you can do. Yeah, he's like, the whole army's here. Let's just back it on out. That Widow Mine is ready to fire. That Widow Mine's ready to fire. That one too! Ugh. Man, where are your overseers? You're just running around blindly like this. It's just asking to get this entire pack of Lings just absolutely wiped out. See this one Lurker? Dead. See all these Lurkers? Less dead. I'm going to argue less dead. But oh my gosh, look at this! Clem says, forget you! Forget you! We're just going to go ahead and concave and split up, and Lurkers aren't as good at dealing with a big concave of units as they are units that are clumped together, yeah? Ghost Academy, there we go. Some steady targeting on these Lurkers is exactly what Clem needs here. Top right-hand base coming in from Reynor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is a 6th base. Thank you very much. Which did get scouted here. These queens are chasing, but this creep is not pushing this direction at all. There are no live tumors whatsoever. Never mind. Reynor wants to Baneling bust a 2nd planetary of the day. And he's absolutely gonna do it. Maybe even saving some of his Banelings for later. Oh yeah, using Hydras largely to take down that base. But look at that. Hatch down to the south here. And look at these Lurkers. Not as scary. They do get wiped out. They take out the hatch. They stay to kill the Lurkers. And they get the heck on out of there. This base has to lift. Where'd the Hydras go? There were Hydras as part of this army. Did they get turned into Lurkers? They might have been turned into Lurkers. Now that you mention it. Oh, the Great Wall of Supply Depots doing its job. Lings can't just run in here like they own the joint. They actually got to break down a wall first, which they don't want to do. They want to use Banelings on things like planetaries and scary stuff like that. See tank firing? Tank firing behind your wall means harder to get through the wall. And all right, the Lurkers think about burrowing in and decide to back on out here. Reynor says if your army's up there, then it can't be down here. Makes the instantaneous decision to move on in this planetary and try to kill its Lurkers and Banelings. And Zerglings, oh my! The planetary does go down for the 2nd time today. And Clem kind of getting picked apart here. Lurker's in range of his Clem's new 5th base, which is going to get saved. The Lurkers are forced to back on out here, but how many SCVs have died today? 30 SCVs have gone down, but 28 drones have died. That said, Reynor's ability to replace drones when lesser Zerg players would struggle with it is definitely impressive stuff here. He's got 82 drones to 71 SCVs. Clem kind of needs to make something happen here. Look at him steady targeting, focusing firing down the Lurkers here. And maybe he can take out that top right-hand base, which isn't super defended. But man, Reynor is just putting so much pressure on Clem today. Gonna kill, oh my gosh, 4 tanks go down there. A ghost ends up, getting killed by Lings, but the top right-hand base. Remember, I predicted this one. Is not defended very much and is gonna get absolutely destroyed. Tons of ammo pouring into that hatchery, dead. This hatchery died as well. These two players, honestly, put up the absolute best matches, I feel like, in StarCraft 2 right now. ZVTs featuring Elite Terrans versus Reynor are some of my favorites to cast. Honestly, ZVT may have overtaken my favorite matchup from ZVP just in the last few weeks and months here. It is just fantastic. I know a lot of y'all love ZVT too. If you're a big ZVT fan, if it's your favorite matchup, let's hear it in the comments that you love ZVT, because the view count numbers definitely seem to support that notion when it comes to, you know, the analytics. A lot of SCVs are dying here. By a lot, I mean like 5, so maybe tenable here for Clem. That is so many Lurkers, though. Too many Lurkers. But Clem's at 198 to 185 supply. He's got a bigger army supply by a whole bunch. So this is not a full committal, right? We're just going to move in, see what we can take down, see what queens we can kill. We're going to lose a medevac to a spore, which isn't ideal. That group tries to head up to the north and get something done. The queen transfuses are hot. And I don't know. I mean, at this stage of the game, it sure feels like Reynor's doing okay. Losing that top right base and not replacing it, and losing this base and barely replacing it is a huge problem for him. The steady targeting, pretty fantastic. Abducting ghosts to their deaths. Can you imagine you're a ghost out on the battlefield? You're just trying to set up a long-distance snipe on a Lurker, and this giant tongue comes out of nowhere, sticks to your head, yanks you forward super fast, and then you get impaled to death by multiple Lurker spines. That's not... I mean, getting impaled to death by Lurker spines is not ideal, but like I feel like getting abducted and then impaled by Lurker spines is probably worse. Dude, this Widowmine's got 12 kills. It does get taken down by Los Zerglings, who have +3 attack, +3 armor, and the almighty and important... Wait! Where's Adrenal Glands? Is this... I've already cast a game this year where Cyril forgot about Adrenal Gland against Maru. And I cast a game where I think Reynor just kind of failed to get big upgrades for his Lings and his Banelings and his Ultras. But you know what? I'm not sure that it matters in this game. He's suddenly completely taking apart everything that Clem wants to do. This low ground base has just not been allowed to exist for any point in time, whatever. The income tab looks like this for the last 10 minutes, which is worse. This might just be the beginning of the end, ladies and gentlemen. I'm looking at it. I mean, these ghosts are dead. These are not cheap. Ghosts are not cheap units. More of them survive than expected, but 19 SCVs go down. I'm just using basic attacks on overlords to kill them. Go figure. It works. Totally works. Clem marching in. I've just lost 19 SCVs. I must make amends. I must find equality, but no. There is no equality to be found here. Reynor's Ling counterattacks have been incredible. Adrenal's coming in! Oh, he recognized that he forgot about Adrenal. And he needs it. He recognizes how much he needs it. But my golly, Clem. He's losing so much. He's only got 53 workers. This top right base is super important to his survival right now. But he just killed another hatchery. So we're looking at 3 planetaries down for 3 hatcheries. Which, okay, alright. If you're Clem, you're feeling better about this. You're not feeling great about these factories all dying to Lings, though. If these were Adrenalings, they'd already be dead. Oh, Lings found the top right-hand base, these guys. I swear these guys play the best CVTs. Their map awareness, their ability to macro, their ability to micro, just everything is top tier on these two players. If they're both not heavily involved in the World Championship for 2021, I will be astounded. I hope they don't take each other out before they're able to qualify. I think they'll be fine, though. Another hatch down. Do not count Clem out, ladies and gentlemen. Has he lost all of his SCVs today? Yeah, 63. But he's killed 46 drones. He's killed a bunch of hatcheries. Another one bites the dust here. But Clem's going to lose another base. In the meantime, there's just no saving it. The Lurker Ling action is humongous. Somehow only a couple SCVs died during that battle. But look who had a replacement command center ready to go. Clem, absolute utter preparedness there. You're going to get some kind of Boy Scout merit badge for that one. Wow. So top right base, extremely important for Clem. This base being alive is really important for Clem. Also, this 12 o'clock, really important for Clem, but harder for Reynor to get to kill. Right? Yes, absolutely. Clem just kind of bouncing around, trying to protect everything he has, but man, steady targeting, good unit. I know that Lurker Spines outrange your steady targeting Terrans. I hear you. But if you can get it off, it's really good, especially against a retreating Lurker that doesn't have any spines with which to hit you. Dude, Clem's retaking this base. I'm just giving this game an epic tag. I am. That's it. This is an epic ZVT. It's every Clem versus Reynor game an epic? Maybe. Maybe it is. Nobody's tried to take this bottom left-hand base, which I find a little bit interesting. Also, this one. No one's tried this base either today. I guess considering how many bases have died, most expansion attempts have gone towards replacing bases that have died. Reynor's at 165 supply. His safe space seems to be down this left side. He's not harvesting gas here, but really, yeah, he doesn't have a ton of minerals to work with, and Lings are going to be a big part of the equation here. So having damn minerals is really good stuff. So how many Lurkers are left? 12 Lurkers versus 22 Ghosts. It is kind of largely a Ghost army here for Clem. The Lion's majority. Oh, trap? Is that a trap? That is a Lurker trap. He never spined it, though. I mean, Clem's doing only thing you can do here, which is to run and then pick up and run some more. Yeah, fully upgraded cracklings are here. This base is not really for you today, Clem. We're gonna land it. Really? I guess you got scanned. The Lurkers had to back out. Okay, Clem trying to expand over onto a previously held by Reynor base. Bottom left-hand corner getting taken by Reynor here for the first time anybody's attempted to do that. This top right base seems really vulnerable. Like, extremely vulnerable. The army's in no position at all to handle it. Oh, kind of walks into some Lurkers there, though, didn't ya? Didn't you walk into some Lurkers there? And let's do this. Trying to just slowly burn down the planetary. He doesn't want to sacrifice a ton of Lings and Lurkers to do this. He's been a little bit more cautious recently. Or just rather less cautious recently, and just kind of thrown caution to the wind here. So this time he's just, he gave enough time for the Ghost to show up, and all the Lurkers died anyway. Okay, not all of them, but a bunch of them did go down. So small army maybe going to get peeled off to take down this hatchery in the bottom left. High ground position. Clem, is he going to charge up this? Seems like a dicey situation, doesn't it? But so many Lings and Banelings. It turns out the counter to Ghosts is Lings and Banelings, because Ghosts aren't very good against them. It turns out he saves the bottom left. The top right is still running for Clem, though. This one Zergling making it his life's mission to get shot in the face by Ghosts. Yeah, interrupting that steady targeting. It's a channel. It's a 1.5 second channel. But if you get in there and punch a Ghost in the face while he's trying to cast steady targeting, it interrupts it. Dude, look at these guys not even being afraid of Lurkers, just casually killing a whole bunch of them. And the surround! Widow Mines to your worst! 3 more SCVs died. But we're going to get into the 100 SCVs kill club today. I think we are. We're at 94. We are not done yet. Bottom left base not doing much for Reynor here, but he's trying to get his army up to the point where he can put pressure on Clem that allows him Maybe get up additional bases, maybe retake this, but seems maybe a waste of time. If that Widow Mine was done, if that was... Oh, Widow Mines are just taking their toll. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times, man. If you're losing to Zergs a lot, Terran players, get the Widow Mines. Get so many Widow Mines. It is hard. It is hard for Zerg to deal with. Are we sprinting to the left? We're sprinting to the bottom left now. We're going to try to take down this hatchery. And it looks like there's not enough army to save it, so Reynor probably knew this wasn't super savable when he took it, because he never saturated it at all. That was an amazing split, by the way, from Reynor. The ghost death of absolute emotional anguish. Yes, Ghost, we heard you. You died. You know, other people die with grace and dignity. Ugh, it's almost a friendly fire. That was some friendly fire splash on these ghosts, but they have more HP than Zerglings do, so they don't die as quickly. Okay, we're at 100 lings now. That's it. 100 SCV dead club. The ling, we're coming up on the 1,000 dead Zergling club. Is what we're doing. And this base is just not allowed to exist for any length of time. Reynor really, really has a personal vendetta against this particular base location for Clem. But, you know, Clem's fine with it. He's mining here, he's mining here, he's mining here, he's mining here. If Reynor wants to keep killing this over and over and leave the rest of those alone, I think he's okay with that. This is so hard, so hard to call. Just abduct, 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 queen down. Okay, so insta-kill on these ghosts when they get abducted. Oh! Caused an EMP on... What did you... Try to EMP the Vipers, I guess. Yep! Planetary! There are enough Adrenal Gland Lings to take down a Planetary without any Banelings. Oh my gosh. Adrenal Lings are insane! I need to try this more often. Wow! So we're at 998, 999, 1,000 Zerglings killed and 109 SCVs down. That's how you know this is a good game. The sheer number of dead units. Clem, he's in a position where he's lost 100 SCVs, and you know what? I think he's in the lead here. Because Reynor's really only mining on 2 bases. And by that I mean this base seems to be extremely threatened by the position of the Terran army. And he's losing ghosts, sure, but he's taking 2 or 3 ghosts or lurkers with him. As he does. Okay, this planetary dying is a whatever, I think. It's very much a whatever. It's a Gonzo from the Muppet Show. Top right base dying would be a bigger deal, but these Lings and Banelings and Hydras are more interested in maybe keeping his own sources of income alive. Dude, that hatch is dead. Has Clem won this thing? I don't want to call it. I don't want to caster curse it. But man, look at the income tab and see how it's much more in favor of Clem over the last 10 minutes than the previous 10. How many Widow Mines have died today? Many. 58. 53 drones have gone down, and yet I feel like Clem's economy is just overall healthier. It turns out that having more bases is good. These 2 bases have been extremely huge for Clem today. This base just being kind of largely wiped out over and over again is providing income now. For how long? We don't know. Because Reynor really wants it dead. Yeah, man, Reynor's under 100 supply. Clem is absolutely crushing it. Dude, this is it. That hatch down, this hatch down, that's your GG. Reynor's got to tap out. He doesn't have any income left. That's it. He's got some delusions of glory that he can get something done up. Does he even know about this?
It's getting too hot.
He knows about that base, and he's just letting it live. He tried haphazardly to kill it. Once didn't work, and now he's like, all right, you deserve to live here, and that's it, man. I know he's still here, and he hasn't GG'd, and usually professionals have a better sense of when they've lost the game compared to me. But that's it, man. Clem's your winner in 29 minutes. Bam! What an absolute boss. Can you personally lose 118 SCVs in a game and win? I don't think so. I really don't think so. Insane. Insane game. Reynor had it. He had it, but he let that top right base of Clem's run forever. Didn't kill it once. And then just the ghost control for Clem was too good. I mean, he lost 43, yeah, but 71 Lurkers died. 71 died. 7 planetaries went down. 8 hatcheries died. A command center died too. 79 drones. 1,108 Zerglings. Anytime there's 1,000 Lings dead, you know it's a good game. You know it in your bones. It's a good game. Absolutely, positively, a really fantastic match. I mean, that was epic. That was primo. Clem's a monster at Terran, and especially against Reynor. It feels like they have a lot of practice against each other, as I say a lot here. But man, Clem's activeness, his re-expanding, his taking new bases everywhere, his map awareness of knowing where to defend. I mean, sure, he lost 6 planetaries, but he defended a bunch of them too. I mean, just... Clem. I really got to start just featuring Clem more in just regular matchups. He's a monster. He's an absolute monster. Great stuff. All right, that was, I mean, as good as EVT as you're ever going to get, I think, in StarCraft 2. So hope you enjoyed that one. Hit that like button if you did, because that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching. You take care of yourself.